Hello students. In previous class we already started a 2D lesson. We already know about the author and we already started the text also. In previous class we already come to know about the story. Near the borders of France and Italy, on the shore of the Mediterranean Sea, lies a teeny little kingdom called Monaco. It's a very small kingdom, so that's why it is called as a Monaco. And the total inhabitants or people or the strength of the kingdom is only 7,000. Total strength of the land is also small, only 7,000 people. And in this kingdom they have a very small land. If all the land in a kingdom were divided, there would not be an acre for each inhabitant. It means there are only 7,000 people, but they are unable to get each an acre. But this is a toy kingdom because it's a very small kingdom, so that's why it is called as a toy kingdom also. There is a real kinglet. It is a very small kingdom, even though it has everything like a royal palace. He has his palace, courtiers, ministers and bishops and generals and an army also. And that army is not a large army, only 60 men in all, but still it is an army. And to lead the life, to maintain his expenditure, he collects the taxes from the people in that kingdom. Those taxes, which are those? You already know that: tobacco, wine and spirits and poll tax. This much we already discussed in a previous class. So now let us move onwards. What is the next content in the text? So the next line is that, but though the people they drink and smoke as people do in other countries, there are so few of them that the prince would have been hard put to it feed his courtiers and officials and keep himself, if he had not found a new and special sources of revenue. What it means, the king of the Monaco, unable to maintain his expenditures because the people are using those tobacco and wine and spirits. The ratio of the users is a very less, so he wanted extra sources to maintain his officials, courtiers and keep himself as a luxurious. So that's why he find a new and special sources of revenue. What is that? Let's see. This special revenue comes from a gaming house where people play roulette. People play, and whether they win or lose, the keeper always gets a percentage on the turnover, and out of his profits he pays a large sum to the prince. The reason he pays so much is that it is the only such a gambling establishment left in the Europe. I hope now you get what king find a new idea or a new source of revenue is a gaming house. People used to play gambling, which is not good for him and his family. But the king wanted to get extra sources to maintain his courtiers, officials and keep himself as safe and luxurious. So that's why he started that gaming house. people win or lose, that is not a matter. That gaming shop owner always get a profit, and he used to give a more to the prince. So that's why king support that gaming house. And this is only gaming house left in Europe. Why? Let's see. Some of the little German sovereigns used to keep a gaming houses of the same kind, but some years ago they were forbidden to do so. The reason they were stopped was because the gaming house did so much harm. A man would come and try his luck, then he would risk all he had and lose it. Then he would even risk money that did not belong to him and lose that too. And then, in despair, he would drown or shoot himself. So the German forbade their rules to make a money in this way. But there was no one to stop the Prince of Monaco, and he remained with the monopoly of the business. So dear students, I hope now you understand why the Monaco is the only place left in this Europe in a gaming house. Some of the little German sovereigns used to keep a gaming houses of the same kind in Monaco, but they realize what kind of problems people are going to face through this game or gambling. So they were forbidden to do so. The reason why they stopped, because these gaming houses did so much harm to the people. People are going to lost everything which is belongs to them and which is not belongs to them. They lost everything in these gaming houses. And finally, in despair means in sorrow, depress. In this depress, they committed suicide. They feel they drown and shoot themselves. That person committed suicide. One who lost everything in this gaming house, he lost his life too. So the German forbade their rules to make money in this way. They realized the value of the human being's life. So that's why they forbade their rules and stopped making money through this way. But there was no one to stop the Prince of Monaco, because he has a very small kingdom, and people are not more in that kingdom to give revenue or taxes. So that's why he need extra sources to maintain his courtiers and his personal life and his officials. So he continued that gaming houses, and he wanted that, and he remained as a monopoly, means only the person remain to maintain or to continue the business. So now everyone who wants to gamble goes to Monaco, whether they win or lose. The prince gain by it. You can't earn stone palaces by honest labor, as the proverb says. And the kinglet of Monaco knows it is a dirty business, but what is he to do? He has to live, and to draw revenue from a drink and from tobacco is also not a nice thing. So leaves and resign and takes in the money and holds his court with all the ceremony of the real king. So dear students, which means now everyone, means whoever want to play that gamble, they have to go to Monaco, whether they win or lose. But through this game, the Prince of Monaco gain. And there is one proverb in English, that is, you can't earn a stone palaces by honest labor. As the proverb says, we can't earn or we can't gain everything through the honesty. Sometimes we can earn or some profits or come through the unwanted ways. So even the king of Monaco know that collecting the taxes from the drinks and tobacco is also not a good thing, but he don't have a he doesn't have a other ways to collect or to gain extra sources to maintain his expenditures. So king stopped thinking all kind of good and bad. He just followed to gain income or sources to maintain his courtiers palace and his royal life and ceremony of the real king. So dear students, I hope today you understood whatever we discussed in this topic. So we will continue what happened next in the text.